Okay, so here we have a curve that has x-intercepts at -1 and at 2, and we have to find an equation to fit the curve. Now you'll notice that there's no scale on the y-axis here, which makes this a little bit easier for us. If there was a scale on the y-axis, we may have to do a little bit more work, but we're going to only concentrate on the x-intercepts. And this is similar to the last example in terms of the roots. The roots here are -1 and 2. So we're going to start off by setting x equal to -1 and x equal to 2. And this is then just like the previous example. We're, remember, trying to come up with an equation that fits this curve. So just like we did before, move everything in each equation over to the left hand side, and that gives you x plus 1 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. Remember, things change sign as they move from one side of an equal sign to the other side of the equal sign. Now we've got everything on the left in both equations, so multiply those two equations together. So it's x plus 1 times x minus 2, and it's going to be equal to 0 times 0, which is just 0. In case you're wondering where this 0 comes from, we're multiplying this 0 by this 0 to get 0. Right, use FOIL to expand this, and you're going to get x squared minus 2x plus 1x minus 2. And don't forget the other side is equal to 0. So the equation is going to be, when we finish it off, x squared minus 2x plus 1x, that's just minus 1x minus x minus 2 equals 0. It's tempting to think that you're finished there, but there's one extra complication. This graph that we have is n-shaped, which means it needs to start with a minus x squared. Okay? For n-shaped graphs, the coefficient of x squared has got to be negative. But we can't just change this sign of the x squared without changing all the other signs. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to write down here that the graph was n-shaped. So that means the coefficient, the number in front of x squared, the coefficient of x squared must be negative. And that means we need to change all the signs in our equation. Okay, so where we had x squared minus 1x minus 2, our final answer is going to be minus x squared plus 1x plus 2 equals 0. Okay, and an equation to fit that curve, because it's a graph, we would have y equals negative x squared plus 1x plus 2. So this is the equation with roots at -1 and at 2, and this is the equation of the curve. Okay, so we can just check that to make sure it's the same. Let's go to WinPlot again. I'm just going to bring WinPlot in here. Minus x squared plus x plus 2. Let's pull this down. Let me just close that, just to make it a little bit easier for us. And if we pull this down, we said, let's just check it again one more time. Negative x squared plus x plus 2. Negative x squared plus x plus 2. So, negative x squared plus x plus 2. And 3. And hopefully we have this curve that goes through. It has intercepts at x equals -1 and x equals 2. Okay, so if we compare that to what we have here, x-intercepts at -1 and at 2, it's the same curve. Okay, alright, thanks for watching.